Chen, Senior International Property Consultant from IQI Global, Asia's largest real estate and investment advisory firm and member of GY IQI. Welcome to our weekly international project, episode 67, on every Friday at 9:30 p.m. Malaysia time, okay? Or GMT +8. And I must thank you for those who tune in and constantly giving support to this program. For those who are new to our international project, our programs will feature from various countries' culture, lifestyles, investment criteria, migrations, and some interesting stories shared by our respective guest speakers. On our previous episode, we have talked about a few series about Australia and some of the beautiful locations development projects. And why do IPC talk so much about Australia? Well, for sure, Australia is very popular and are well known for many people in the world. The standard of living refers to the social economy well-being, health, comfort, and access to many prestigious universities, as well as its famous of its beautiful beaches and deserts. Today, I'm going to share a topic, the benefit of buying off-plan in Australia. Before I go into the benefit, let me rephrase. What does buying properties off the plans means? Well, buying a properties off plans means buying a property that has not been built yet. In Australia, the phrase of most commonly used as refer to apartments and townhouses, and off the plans houses are often referred as spec homes. May be very rare, but is also available in some places. When it comes to purchasing and investment properties, there are two options. One, buy an existing house and apartment and simply let it out to your tenant. Or two, build a new homes specifically designed for tenants' occupancy or buy into an off-plan apartment. Believe it or not, buying off a plan has many perks. It is mainly because it involves buying a brand new properties that comes with a brand new features and fittings. And also because it gives buyer much more time to get organized in order before moving into a new homes. It goes without saying that a brand new house, if it's well built and will not need the ongoing maintenance that an old properties offer needs. This could potentially help when you putting together a budget of what you can afford, as you would need to factor in high maintenance or renovations costs. Furthermore, after plans homes should be fitted with some of the, I would say, advanced or power savings appliances, or even gas, water, electricity system that is on the market right now, which is a big plus for an owner, occupants, and future tenants alike. If you are an overseas investor, the first options of buying on existing property is definitely a big no or not available to you at all, okay? As foreign buyers can only purchase brand new properties in Australia. If you are an Australian investor, okay, the options of buying an existing properties may seem at first glance the easiest options, because an existing properties will always be the price at a point that is comparison with the neighboring similar properties, or so to say that you're actually paying the retail price no matter where it is located or how old it is. Just as a reference, just like if you buy a old homes and it is happen to have another home just beside it, of course you can check around the price, right? So of course, and existing properties will often not to recover any warranties, and the structures, integrities, or build qualities will often be completely unknown. This can lead to considerable costs later on, right? If defects occur, or you may need to do some reparation, right? So worse still is an old or poorly built structures with no warranties can lead to your properties become unrented, causing you money in repair and lost rental income. Perhaps best to ask yourself, if you are buying into something expensive, would it be best to have a longer warranty, such as 6 years or more on the structural or buildings warranty? If you come into time to time when you buy new cars or anything that is new, you're obviously looking for a longer warranties. That is one of the selling gimmicks for most of the brand new cars, right? While the second option is to purchase a brand new properties, or better still, to purchase an off-plan property. Not only does this makes practical sense if you are a foreign investor, but it is an option which give you a number of important advantages, such as increases your capital gain and your income securities. You must be wondering why I say that, right? Well, before I continue, let me once again welcome to those who are just tuned into our International Prop Chat episode 67. This IPC is held every Friday, Malaysia time, and I'm Angela Chen, Senior International Property Consultant from IQI. My topic for tonight is the benefit of purchasing or buying off plant in Australia. Do give me plenty of love and like. Support us by sharing our programs through your friends and family. Back to my topic, okay? Buying a new properties off the plans means you are buying at the lowest possible price. Off the plans or brand new new properties for house are almost or always in a new development housing estate, where the purchase price is at the lowest and well below retail prices of surrounding established property. As for off the plan, which I'm going to talk about it today, is purchase for a house. You certainly do have the advantage of paying less than half of the government stamp duty, because you are paying tax on the land only, not to complete the dwellings, unless you are referring to the apartments or townhouses, which I have mentioned in my previous episode with my partner, if you do recall, okay? While off the plan's apartment, you can actually have a choice to select your unit. What I meant is select your unit, which means the size of it. That is the 1 bedrooms, 2 or 3, or even penthouse, okay? And your desired levels. What I'm saying, desired levels, it can be one first floor, fifth floor, or whichever floors that you like, okay? And the view of the apartment, which is north, south, east, west, or some of the beautiful views that you can overlooking at some of the rivers, as well as the city view, and so on. The specific brand of the features and fittings in the contract, you can actually manage expectations and avoid disappointment. And because it is actually will be most of the time it will be stated in your so-called agreement. And moreover, if there is anything that is some changes due by the developers, they will generally notify buyers when it's, like I say, significant changes or have made, okay? Or you may have the options to terminate the contract if anything important is removed or changed, and giving such time frame after the property is built. And the settlements, of course, incur for the buyers to do some inspections, or you can also hire some professional bodies to notify the developers of any flaws, okay? So, however, in most of the off-plans contract, there is a safety net for buyers. so-called the sunset clause. If a development fails to go ahead, you should be entitled to get your deposit back. So you do not have to worry as the developments whether will be abandoned or yet you have to still serve the serving interest on the bank loan, like we have it very commonly in Malaysia, okay? In any way, it is worth checking this in the terms of conditions of the contract and also checking a development background, okay? And so to say that you can check their previous properties work to and see what is there, whether they are reputable, okay? So time to time, we always mention reputable development or reputable developer will be the wise choice, okay? Furthermore, buying off the plan can also allow you to buy at today's price. In a competitive market, it is often means you will own a property that worth more than you pay by the time you move in. In other words, the potential that your properties is good location, I mentioned again, good location, could actually increase in value by the time it's finished being built, or even provide a buffer should you encounter financial difficulties. Alternative, you should use it to help removing costs or potentially put it down as extra money towards the well, you can say the loan deposit. And I would view this as a buyer's a nice little bonus for them. Okay. And this little so-called extra time should be an opportunity to continue building up your savings. And that goes to we have one of the topic we have mentioned about diversify your portfolio. Okay. What do you mean savings here? Well, obviously, I mean that your loan to value ratio, which we often call it LVR, goes down. Let me just highlight a simple example to explain of how an increase in property's value could reduce your LVR. Of course, I'm referring back to, again, loan buyer, okay? Let's say your properties that you purchase at a 400,000, okay? And will be completed in a few years later. The value might has gone up to 450, okay? If, again, I say, if your investment's location is good, okay? Again, I often mention locations. So it is important. Obviously, it's very important. Therefore, your LVR would go from 80% to around 71%. Cost, the lender's mortgage insurance, and this will also allow you the lower LVR could help you to avoid paying the added cost of landed mortgage insurance, where some of the fees in which sometimes could charge to the borrower. Well, this is one of the example, of course, all right? And even better, some states or territory governments, when buying off the plans or prior to construction, there are some incentives like 75% stamp duty rebates, which was in Perth of some recent projects that I have came across. Good news that the WA government has recently announced the extensions of the off-plan duty rebate scheme. So purchasers are eligible of the plan's properties will be able to apply for this rebate of duty after the settlement of the property has occurred, provided, of course, like I say, the eligibilities and the criteria are satisfied. So do look into such opportunities, investment in WA. This is definitely a huge savings here, all right? While developer incentive for the off-plans properties often likes to offer such as early birds pricing, color schemes, or selections for built-in cabinets, additional air conditions to master bedrooms, window treatments like roller blinds, or even furniture package. Or some of the projects even come to the free legal fees and or free FIRB. So currently the FIRB is showing around 6,350. So isn't that a big savings? So this means that the purchase price end up being less than an existing properties of a similar style. This may often happen in the situations where developer has not yet built or has not started constructions. Therefore, I would say buying off the plan is one of the easiest way to get into properties market. You only need to pay 10% deposit today and can pay the balance of the purchase price as settlements once construction is complete. Of course, I'm obviously referred to apartments and townhouses. Remember, getting someone to do a small rectification jobs in Australia or renovations are indeed expensive and not easy at all. Besides, buy off the plans as an investments and plans to lease your new homes to rental, you may be eligible for thousands of dollars worth of tax deduction. This will make it far easier for you to claim deductions on your house fittings or features at the end of your, the yearly tax, okay, or the tax year. Remember, increased depreciations means your holding costs will be lower as the taxman is covering a bigger portion of your investments properties expenses. Well, I hope this topic is certainly could help you to understand buying of plans properties. And this is definitely and buying of properties are benefiting you in investments and of course is your worry. Okay, let me see. Is there any questions? Well, if there is any questions that you may want to ask you, and I can't answer you right in time, you can actually put it in the write it in the Dropbox, and I would look into it, and I could answer you after the after on this talk. Okay. So, would you like to buy an off-plan properties after hearing all this? It certainly sounds very good, right? Especially when it comes to a foreign like us. I mean, we are not a PR, we're not an Australians, So an off-plan properties is something that you have to, you are the only choice to look into. And sometimes there are people who likes to buy and say secondary market. Sometimes, like I say, that I did mention that the secondary market is obviously, if you are lucky enough, you probably buy a property that is really well maintained. What if you see in the surface and that is not actually what you're getting after buying it? I mean, a few months later, or even a few years later, there is a blockage on your plumbing, and this will definitely bring a cost of it because you definitely do not know anything about the previous record of this house, right? So therefore, buying off the plans is definitely a good choice. And another thing is that you definitely, before buying it, you definitely need professionals or a consultant and agents to tell you about the property that you're searching, the background of the developer, the locations, and of course, time to time, they will definitely show you the specs, which is some of the kitchens, cabinets, what are the built-ins, appliances or what is the brand, and some of the good properties or on the high-end properties, they even give you some German brands or some very renowned brands. At least you know that you are using something that is, well, I have no worries. I cooking today, I would not be any problems. Maybe it will not break down in halfways that you're doing. You know what I mean? So again, that like I say that I I like off plan because I basically like the new home smell, just like a brand new cars. You know, the kind of smells that is really good is something that hasn't been used. Is if you are buying and you are using for yourself, it's definitely something that is really, um, a toilet, a bathroom that is new, everything is new, is certainly give you the kind of satisfaction. Okay. So, okay, for those who misses our early IPC episode, do check out our FB International Sales page or YouTube to watch the replay. Do stay with us on our next Fridays, 9:30 Malaysia time. The topic will be retirements in the Philippines through investments. Indeed, an amazing topic. Do not miss it, okay? Should you have further advice or inquiries, please feel free to contact me at 011 538 7296 or to our international property consultant team. You can also visit our IQI Global website, www.iqiglobal.com, for more information. I'm Angela Chen, signing off. See you soon and stay safe. All the best. Bye.